Hello, everyone. I hope you're doing well. And this week we're starting off with Chainsaw Man. And it would seem as though next week is the final chapter. But from what I've heard, there's also a special announcement to come with that chapter. So I'm kind of hoping that it's revealed that there's like a sequel series to it, or that there's plans for an anthology, I guess, is the best way I would put it, where it moves to a different story within the same world. And we see whatever aftermath hits from this, because in this chapter, Makima loses. Denji outsmarts her using a technique that Chainsaw Man, Puchita, used when he was in full control, where he ripped out his heart to throw it back to the earth before growing back into what he was. So they used that to have it that Puchita fought one-on-one with, or I guess the Denji clone fought one-on-one with Makima last chapter, and that Denji was hiding in the background waiting to strike when she let her guard down, which she did, thinking she had finally won, wanting to spend the rest of her life with Puchita after she believed she had won twice. Then Denji pops up with a chainsaw and cuts her right down her chest. And apparently it was a chainsaw made with what was left of Power's blood. So with that, then Power's blood made sure that Makima couldn't heal correctly. Both Denji and her realized that it wasn't enough to kill her, but Denji knew that, as I just said. But he had a different plan for her. We then see Kishibe pulling up with a van, Denji pointing the chainsaw back at her, and then it cuts to Kishibe dropping off Denji at some apartment, an empty apartment with a kitchen, saying it's up to him to deal with the last part, and whatever method he's going to do to try to get rid of Makima is all on him. So whatever the deal is, it's up to Denji. And so Denji starts cooking, talking to himself, but referring to Makima. He starts eating, and then says at the very last panel, the last double-page spread, that Makima tastes very good, meaning, from what I inferred, is that they cut her up with the chainsaw and boxed her up, and he plans on killing her by eating her, which is really morbid and weird. Because also Denji explained that he still loves her and wanted to find a way that they would, I guess, die together is the best way to put it. And this was what he came up with, which, I mean, hell, that's an interesting way to get rid of your foe, your final boss, as it were. And so, yeah, I think he plans on eating her, which, I mean, for Makima is also, I guess, a quote-unquote dream come true, that she's being finally eaten by Chainsaw Man. But I don't know, it's bizarre, that's for sure. But yeah, as a whole, next week, I have to figure out what happens next week, because I have no idea. Also, they had said that he might not live through this, so she might be able to kill him as he's eating her, I guess. I have no idea. Or at least, again, I could be all wrong about all of this, which, I mean, it's fine. I have no idea. Genuinely, that's just sort of my thought. That's what I think is implied here. So it's, again, very curious. And next week will be a very interesting chapter, as well as the announcement, whatever that is. As a whole, I'll end up judging the whole of the series next week, because it says the final chapter. Just from even this point here, it's still one of my favorites, and it was a real highlight for this year, as just every chapter was great from start to finish. It was a really good manga, even from right here. Whatever happens next week will either elevate it or keep it basically where it's at. So next week is a must read. It's the final chapter. But this week itself, I would give an A. It really shocked me with the fact that Denji pulled a fast one on Makima, which I didn't even see coming. So it was good. I really enjoyed it. That was the chapter. And yeah, so if you enjoyed my ramblings, please leave a like. And as always, thank you for watching.